puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel
Damn, they sent more money to Israel.
But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tough like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes. Going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Oh shit. Hold on, y'all. Before I get started, I want to bring in PG2 and let him set the tone for the show. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a long time, I want you to put your motherfucking hands together and welcome the host of the Random Scrub Heat podcast, my boy LJ Cascon, pulling up one time for the one time. You can't get up there, though. I'm sorry, brother. So, LJ, I'm going to let you start the show, let you start the conversation, let you go ahead and pace how we're going to do this show. The floor is yours, brother. No pun intended.
I see what you did there. That's funny, Royal. That's funny. It's funny.
Yeah. Cool to be back. What did I miss? Has anything really happened, or is this team the same fucking iteration that they've been for the last decade? Same shit? I thought so. Yeah. No, I watched. I've been watching. I've kind of been relaxing in the wings. You know, I let the Steelers ruin any sense of mental stability I had. Just kidding. I knew it was happening. It's a very good day to be a Steelers fan. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let Stone tell you otherwise. Very good day. He should be afraid for the future in the NFL. But I took one look. I'm not a box score watcher. I'm not a novice. I know what I'm doing. I'm not naive. One of these things was not like the other tonight. Do any of you want to take a guess on what the common outlier was from the starters? Go ahead, take a guess.
Could it be one of their plus minuses, LJ?
Bubba, you might want to play the lottery, my friend, because you hit it on the head. Do you want to share with the people what the plus minus was and who it belonged to?
Well, LJ, we made a little observation during the Discord that you guys should join to watch these games live with us, where we pointed out that a certain starter hadn't scored in a long time, and neither did another starter. Yet one was a plus 13 and the other was a minus 15 at the time. That can't make much sense, can it?
No. That's news to me. Who did that? Surely it wasn't the same person that always does it. It had to be somebody new.
I think it was Mr. Herro, LJ.
You're probably right. Shucks. I never would have thought that the man with no lateral quickness would get his face fried off against someone not named Ty Jerome. Wow! What a night! Everyone else of the starters, significant difference. But he gave you 20-plus points in the 2026 NBA season. So obviously, scoring 20 in 2026 is the same as scoring 20 in 2003. So I'm not even going to start there. Yeah, Kel'el Ware. Ricky's been pretty loud on this. Kel'el Ware. Ricky, do you know how many minutes Kel'el Ware played tonight?
The amount of money that we should. Sorry, Goose egg.
Well, no. It was a little bit better than that.
Second
it
half
was
minutes?
under 10 minutes. I can tell you that.
He played in the second half?
Not in the second half, but he.
So goose egg.
Second half goose egg. Yeah. Do you know why the Heat weren't able to take the lead again in the final 3 minutes of the game? I'll answer it for you. Offensive rebounding. It would actually be crazy if they had someone like the same height as Wemby out there to like maybe snatch up some boards. I'm not the basketball coach though. They've forgotten more than I'll learn for the rest of my life is what I've been told through my years on Heat Twitter. So I'm not going to go there either.
Though.
Simone Fontecchio, he's going to do great things in Memphis, man. He's going to get some blue suede shoes. He'll be walking like Elvis in that bitch. So, a lot of the losses that they've been racking up lately has come down to blown leads, which is, again, they were up 20 in the first half. That I'm going to drop the sarcasm for just one quick second. That doesn't mean shit to me anymore. It's the NBA in 2026 again. Leads get blown every fucking night, and it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Unless you blow a 20-point lead in one quarter, then it's irrelevant. But join the Discord. As we've been saying in the Discord, they have,
that's crazy,
not been able to get boards because they're playing Bam and 4 guards, and then they act surprised when they get smashed on the glass.
The Discord is free, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not charging $3.05?
Not for much longer. We're going to start charging $28.99 for only basement.
All right, I'm done listening to trade rumors. Though. I'm not going to do that anymore. Ever since the Damian Lillard thing, I don't listen to trade rumors anymore. But yeah, I want to hear from Royal real quick though. How could we? I want to know from you. How do we fix this offensive rebounding woes? Because I don't know. 7 foot plus players don't just grow on rosters, right? Like you got to look pretty hard to find someone that can fix this.
I would like to pass the baton to King Ricky J. Mark and allow him to answer on my behalf.
Of course, no, Ricky, please.
Yeah, so I wrote a poem called "Blonde," and I would love to share it with everyone tonight. I wrote it about 4 days ago, and around 9:20 p.m. I finished it. And I really feel like it speaks to my soul, especially given the tough times that we're in. And it reads as follows. I chased the flash of halo down on Biscayne sand, salt-kissed with city music pulsing close at hand, a teasing sunlit promise slipping through the crowd, a laugh that turned the ocean into something loud. She moved like Monday rumors, fast, then hard to prove, a mirage in designer heels that made the night improve. Cafecito on her breath, old soul inside the glass, or the gloss rather. Every glance a little gamble, every smile a little loss. I pictured synagogue light, white linen, candle flame, soft Hebrew on her tongue, the sweetest kind of name. Miami had its legends, girls who glow and never stay. I swore I saw one leaning in, then melting into day. She wore that don't get close perfume, clean danger, rich and thin. A velvet come and find me, just stitched beneath her skin. Windwood on her nails, South Beach in her stare, a private little hurricane combing through my hair. So I kept on bunny hopping, quick feet, restless grin, jumping fence to fence of fantasy, letting trouble in. I spoke in careful riddles, smooth as poured champagne, letting you assume the target, letting you explain. Because blonde is also honey in the bright noon heat. Also molten afterglow that makes the strongest knees weak. It's the color of attention when it lands and lingers long. It's the hush before the chorus when the bass becomes a song. Blonde is how her shoulders look when streetlights start to pour. Gold dusted midnight velvet, warm thunder at the core. It's how her laugh keeps shining even when the room is dim. A solar kind of softness, wearing night like it's a hymn. Her curls hold summer hostage, coiled crowns, sweet hurricane. Every spiral writing sculpture down the side of my brain. Her lips speak power plainly, no apology, no fear. And every step she takes makes our destiny feel near. Her skin is sunrise language, deep bronze with gilded tone. A glow that turns my pulse into a drumbeat of its own. That's why I said blonde and let your assumptions therefore bond. You've been chasing hair this entire time. I've been praising dawn. She's black. She's beautiful. She's heat with holy poise. A quiet kind of weapon wrapped in velvet noise. And I don't bunny hop for myths that fade when music's gone. I plant my feet in reverence where her gold brown light lives on.
I feel like that whole poem was Ricky calling me pussy, but I
have no idea what happened, but I was actually inspired and wrote a poem about tonight's game.
Okay,
before we do that, I just have one quick question because I'll forget it. Ricky, you mentioned a bunny twice. What was the weather?
What?
the weather that the bunny was hopping in. What was the weather? Was it cold, under 32 degrees, precipitation?
Was it
was-
snow? But
There-
he was
there was
talking
no-
about the.
There
he
was no
talking about
snow.
the Don. He was talking about the Don.
I'll be dead. All right, Bubba, floor is yours then. Never mind. My
So
mistake.
this poem is not as long or as eloquent as Rookie's, but it's just called "This Shit Stink." Tyler Hero pulls up deep. It's clanking off the rim. Miami talks about heat culture, but the lights are looking dim. They swear they're built for battle. They swear they're tough as nails. Then blow a fourth quarter lead like it's part of the details. They hustle, flex, and jaw a lot, then fall behind by 10. Hero chucks up some hope threes like this time is back again. The defense looks confused. The offense looks the same. A whole lot of trust the process while they're losing every fucking game. So raise a glass to South Beach where the dreams are free falling. Because Tyler's got the confidence, but the scoreboard is free falling. The Heat might talk real loud, but it's easy to see the theme. All that fire in the slogan, but no fire in the team. Fuck this fucking organization and fucking team. I have to deal with enough bullshit from the team a little up down a highway in Miami Gardens. Fuck the Miami Heat. Fuck Tyler Hero if you watch that game tonight and still have anything to defend this man for, bro. He is a fucking embarrassment to this team. How John Morant is not already in South Beach entertaining this team in this city is a joke. We'll get into it, though. Anyway, that was my poem. It's called "This Shit Stink."
I mean, we got open carry here too, so you feel right in.
That was a full-on slam. I didn't know we were getting slamming tonight.
Hey,
Okay.
I could never do that.
Someone's.
I was about to say, Stone, do you want to grace us with something?
Oh, yeah. How's that song go again? You light my fire. Spo in the big 2026 is absolutely cooked.
He is, bro. He's done.
Crackhead. Absolute crackhead rotations.
Literally.
I have no idea what Simone Fontecchio does to keep playing basketball for this team. It is nasty. It stink like the poem. And I just, man, crackhead, call the number for help, Spo. I hope you get it. I think you need it.
Oh shit!
He's donating to Spo's house fund is what Fontecchio is doing. That's how he's staying in the rotation.
He's laying the bricks back down for him.
Kel'el lit the match, and Fontecchio is, funding the expenses to get it back, apparently, because I don't have any fucking clue on how Kel'el no is my literal deep cut for Royal there. Deep cut for Royal. That's my fucking reaction every time I see him on the bench. And I see fucking Luka Garza getting a rebound on the offensive end of the floor. Kel'el, no! I don't. What do you have to do to a man to not get on the floor when your biggest glaring weakness in closing games is rebounding? I'm not even mad that he gets the ball and he chucks up a free and then a three, and then Jovic of all people is like, no. It's like, bro, you fucking suck too. You were a negative 19 in 5 minutes.
I believe I had a theory for Kel'el Ware that I shared that some time ago, and I'm sticking by that theory, quite frankly.
Reiterate.
I just reiterated.
Fair enough. Fuck it. Okay, we ball.
Right. Ball
Royal-
up top.
Royal, it's obviously your show. I want to know your opinion because I'm just out of damn laws. Why is Jovic's leash longer than Kel'el's, and your answer can't be because he's white?
I just got that Kel'el no reference. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh man!
That shit god tier, ain't it, Ricky? That shit that's top tier. But
wow,
Nico's leash is longer because he just got paid. That's why. There is no other reason. There are clearly no basketball reasons for him to be playing 15 minutes when Kel'el's only playing 9. I think the conversation that we're kind of tap dancing around is the Spo conversation. He's been fucking horrendous this year.
Let's have it.
Yeah, I think that's the conversation that I want us to pivot to a little bit, because like tonight is particular. I think you hit the nail on the head. When your team is getting massively out rebounded and you don't play one half of the best rebounding duo in the NBA, then this is a Spo issue. I think Spo lost us this game tonight. I don't really pin this on the kind of like Tyler Hero thing, even though I could very easily. But I won't. I think this was a Spo loss tonight. Spo lost us this game tonight with his rotations. And granted, it's going to be tough to win games when your bench combines to score, what was that, 15, 18,
5 for 22.
Yeah, they scored 21 points and 12 of them were by a rookie who has played very little this season. And then they get damn near 40 off the bench from Anthony Simons. Like, so, but the rotations didn't help that. Spo didn't do a good job of kind of like mixing in the guys that he needed to mix in to kind of support that bench unit. He left a lot of those guys out there to die. And I wasn't a fan of the way that he managed the game tonight. And I think that was the biggest reason why they lost. And so I kind of want to throw this around the circle before I do that. Ant Donato's here. Ant, how are you doing?
Don't even waste your time.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm so happy that you said that. But yeah, I do want to kind of throw the Spo conversation around a little bit. And I just want to hear you missed 2 poems tonight, Ant. But since you're the last person to join here, I want to start with you on the Spo conversation. What the fuck's going on with that man?
Yeah, I just went on a big rant myself about Spo because, quite frankly, it's pissing me off. I'm watching that first quarter where I started getting pissed off when we're entering clutch time and Simone Fontecchio is still out there on the court, which should really never see the basketball floor under any circumstances. If you need to play him some spot minutes because guys are hurt, whatever. No excuse to have him in there in a tie game with 5 minutes to go.
He literally did nothing but make free throws tonight.
Well,
the
sucked.
FBI should be investigating. I mean, we have these point shaving scandals. Like, I need answers. I demand answers. There is no justification for it. He is horrible. How are you worse than Duncan Robinson? I like noticeably worse. Like I liked him. Like
he's worse than Haywood Highsmith.
We're gonna let Ed get his shit. All right, Bubba.
We're not doing no disagreements here, but I started getting even more pissed off. You're seeing Simons out there starting to go crazy. You know, he's shooting over all the guards. They tried Cass, they tried Pella. Good defenders, but you know, Simons is fading away, hitting some tough shots. If only we had a 6'9" athletic freak that could maybe, you know, be elite on the perimeter and make it a bit more difficult, which, yes, they have in Bam Adebayo. I am mad at Bam for crying about wanting to be DPOY. You know, he's the captain. He should be out there saying, everybody get the hell out of my way. I'm going to go guard him.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that when you're not playing Kel'el Ware to grab the fucking rebounds after you get the stop.
What a segue, Royal. What a segue. Because that's why I bring it all. What a lob. D-Wade-esque. Christmas Day to LeBron. That's what you just did.
Royal's a married man. Continue.
That's why I was going to transition back to Spo. Because, yes, you can't afford to do that because what good is it if they just going to get the rebound anyways? And it's not even like they were rebounding as is. And Bam wasn't even switching on the guards. And they still couldn't rebound. I'm watching Hauser, who is a pasty white boy known as a three-point specialist, get offensive rebound putbacks on this team. And you're still not even playing Ware 9 minutes, which would have cleaned up the boards, would have allowed Bam to maybe go on Simons, make things a bit more difficult. Oh, I thought that was ridiculous tonight, what he decided to do late in the games. It's like you have some things you can do on this team to make it a bit harder, like put Bam on Simons. You know, you have some things you could do, but instead they just let the same thing happen over and over and over again because I think we all agree as soon as the Heat went up 20, we all knew they were going to lose or it was going to be a clutch game. And yet Spo tries to do nothing different at all. I saw you quote tweet the Heat the other day. You said the definition of insanity, right? And of course, the Heat come away with a win after blowing a 20-point lead. And someone said, "Oh, what about now, Royal?" What? Like we haven't seen this all season? Royal, find that guy. Copy him word for word. Say, "What about now?" I was just watching the video. I think the Heat posted in the winner's circle after the last win. Kelly Sacco said, "Bam, after blowing a lead today versus Suns, how'd you manage to come back?" And Bam made a face like Like, why are you asking me about blowing leads? That's because that's all you do, Bam. That's all you do. Are you the captain of the Miami Heat or the captain of blowing leads? I don't know. Oh, my God. Why am I getting mad at something that doesn't surprise me? I need to
stop.
Something
Stop.
game on Monday. I got better things to worry about.
Don't worry. I'm going to let everybody get their opportunity to kind of take their shots at Spo. I'm going to Bubba next because he actually has Spo in his name.
That was crazy.
Don't worry about that. But yeah, first of all, I need you to change your name, Bubba, because Mike Tomlin and Spo are not the same person.
Correct. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. I was about to say it. One of them is black. So, Bubba, want to hear your thoughts on Spo tonight in particular?
And
yeah, I think Stone's onto something.
I'm very curious as well.
Oh, why am I calling him Mike Tomlin? I said on the last stream, he's out of touch and it's time to move on. Listen, man. I think Stone was actually onto something with the scandal and the point shaving. Listen. Are we sure Spo's not point shaving to pay for the alimony and the divorce? Because what the fuck is going on?
No, he signed the contract after the divorce was
Because this shit is so. You don't think she's taking him back to court after that?
Nah, it's pretty much in stone.
Well, either way, that shit was a fucking disgrace tonight, man.
Well, I don't get points for that?
Cass, listen, bro. Cass doesn't play, and then tonight he plays out of nowhere. He's closing games. Maybe it's a fucking showcase for Memphis. I hope they weren't watching, because outside of a couple threes and him tripping somebody at the end of the game, he got his face fried off too. So I don't understand what we're doing at the end of games. I actually don't know what we're doing at the beginning, middle, either. This shit makes no sense. And I think Spo has low-key given up. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think we're just trying shit to see if anything sticks. And because it's been the same thing since 2019, nothing is sticking. Pause. We are completely done. I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do and go from here besides trade for John Morant. But we have Kel'el Ware not playing consistent minutes, Koss not playing consistent minutes, but yet they won't be in trade packages for better players. So we've just reached a point now where nothing makes sense. And I think the news actually just hit the timeline. RFK has actually just put out a statement that you can get dementia. Sorry, that's Law and Order in the background because I might get arrested after this shit. RFK and the Trump administration just put out a statement that you can get dementia just by looking at someone and having a conversation with them. So I think all these conversations between Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra over the years have really taken, a Bluetooth headphone effect, as you could say, that some people believe in. And Spo's brain is completely fucking cooked. Him and Tua have a similarity, and it's upstairs in the brain, and it's completely done. He's washed. He's cooked. Not sure we can bounce back from this one. I'm sure people will get tricked by a 4-game winning streak, but that shit was disgusting tonight, Royal. The rotations were legitimately disgusting.
Yeah, I was having a hard time with that all night long. Shout out to you, though, for playing outstanding in the background. That is elite music right there. We're probably going to get a copyright claim very shortly after this because of it. Stone, first of all, don't accuse anybody else on the Miami Heat of gambling. We've had enough of niggas doing that already. But I want to hear your thoughts on Spo.
Guilty by association. There, I said it. Listen, Spo is just absolutely cooked. I had no idea how valuable Davion Mitchell was to this team until he stopped playing. And that's not that makes me sick to my stomach to say.
Davion, Jaime, Jaquez.
Without those two players, this team doesn't have a chance. Next time those two players are out of a game, I'm going to bet everything I have on the other team to win. Norman Powell is just disgusting to watch play defense. I'm over it. I'm over the Norman Powell thing. Do not give him another $1. Let him go chase his bag somewhere else. Tyler Hero's already a terrible defender. I don't need to go into that, but just watching if you just watch off ball in a Miami Heat game when both of them are on the court together, it is just everyone in the corner signaling motions to go, and they have no chance. They are lost. They are left in the dust. It is disgusting basketball all around. It's disgusting that they need Davion Mitchell to face guard someone just to be able to keep a game competitive, and it's disgusting that they can't do anything without him defensively. They cannot get a stop. I don't know. It's just really depressing basketball. There's no point guard. Nothing. There's no sort of tweaks that make anything better. The only thing that seems to make things better is Kel'el Ware getting more minutes, and they refuse to do that for some reason. And so it's just, I don't know. I think Spo is so cooked. I have no idea what he's doing. I don't know the logic behind Kel'el Ware. You're only going to get 9 minutes, but Jakucionis, you get 27 randomly. Like, it just feels like a crackhead is out there running my basketball team. The decisions seem that erratic to me.
I think the more egregious kind of minutes disparity is with Simone Fontecchio and Niko Jovic than it was with Kasparas. I understand Kasparas playing more because Davion's not there. You need some guard help there. You need somebody to kind of run the bench unit with Jaime Jaquez out as well. But the disparity between minutes between Niko and Simone and Kel'el Ware, that's what's blowing my mind. LJ, I think the one thing stopping me from jumping on this bandwagon, the Fire Spo bandwagon, where did I see it? This one. I think the one thing stopping me from that is the fact that I know that his replacement will be Chris Quinn.
Everything. That's fucking disgusting, Royal.
Who has learned everything that he knows about coaching basketball from Eric John Spoelstra. Interested to hear your thoughts on kind of the job that Spo has done this season and just kind of what is it with Kel'el Ware, bro? Like, what is it about Kel'el Ware that Spo hates so much?
I don't know. He still played Beasley, even though Beasley had just as many, if not significantly more, like mental fuck ups on the court. Beasley would take horrible shots. He would make a lot of them because he was Michael fucking Beasley. But he wouldn't play the same defense. He'd have lapses of judgment with the ball in his hands. He wouldn't play defense either. Kel'el plays defense. He stretches the floor too. He rebounds, which is what the team needs. Spo doesn't know what the fuck he's doing anymore. And it's been like this for a long time. Remember in what was it, like 2022? No, it was 2023. It was after their 1 seed year where he would just wait until like the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter to put Jimmy back in. Like they'd be up 12. He would let the lead get down to like 1 possession and then bring Jimmy back. And all right, fuck it, go save us. He doesn't have any momentum. He's been on the bench since like the 12-minute mark. You can't just bring someone in after 11 minutes on the bench. His rotations have always been bad. Not always, but you know what I mean? Since the clock hit 2020, his rotations have been bad. He put Cody Zeller in for 1 minute of a finals game, and he went like -7. So like
he lost him the series.
He used to start what's his face, Miles Leonard, for 5 minutes at the beginning of each half, and that's literally it.
And then he might touch the ball once, and then it was like, well, you know, we gotta have our spacing and whatnot. But it makes genuinely no sense. Jakucionis made sense tonight because you literally have 2 handlers out with Davion and Jaquez. And he looked decent too, but it's like, this is your first round pick who is buried on the depth chart beneath Drew fucking Smith. Why? Drew Smith does not have the same pedigree that Jakucionis has in his pinky in his entire body. Like, you can't justify giving a player that's that bad. Like, Drew Smith is bad. We've been saying that for a long fucking time. He's had a couple decent stints because people don't really play defense in the NBA that much anymore. So Drew Smith is going to look okay every now and again. But
I don't know how I feel about that.
I know what you're referencing, and no, it was okay. I checked it in my own brain before I said it.
As Jakucionis? What do you mean by that?
What would I mean by what?
Relax, King.
That's my cousin. Like, what are we doing?
Well, first of all, your cousin went 0 for 4 tonight, so he was.
That's fine, but he doesn't have the same pedigree. What is he, a thoroughbred horse? It's been a while since we've been.
I'm talking about draft pedigree, Ricky.
Then use the word draft.
Okay,
use the word draft.
Draft pedigree. He sucks.
Hold on.
Drew Smith sucks. Now. Should not be on the court at the same time.
Well, hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right. What's LJ? What's going on, man?
No. Y'all squabble that shit.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I misspoke. The draft pedigree is what irritates me.
No.
Not give first round picks buried on your bench. Weren't people saying too during the Jimmy trade that like the Warriors pick was something amazing? Like, Andy did an awesome job getting that value, and now the value just sits on the bench and doesn't fucking do anything. But then when he does play, he looks okay. He played decent, okay defense tonight. It just happened to be, Anthony Simons was just fucking insane. He couldn't miss. The defense wasn't that bad, to be fair. He contested the shot. It's a make or miss league. He's a professional. He's going to hit some shots. He dropped 39. I wouldn't want him to drop 39, but the defense isn't like a gripe from me with Jakucionis. So I'm not upset about that. But to the Spo point, I don't know what he needs to see. It's so
fuck your son.
Like it's like how I felt with Mike Tomlin like 5 years ago, to be honest, too. So I was like, I there's not a light at the end of the tunnel. There's really no light. You know you're fucked for the rest of this tenure. And then after that tenure, when Chris Quinn takes over, it's the same shit. So you know you're fucked on that front too.
LJ, do not say when Chris Quinn take over, bro. Do not make that a foregone conclusion.
I'm not trying to manifest. I'm trying to like reverse engine the manifestation. And maybe that'll fix it. Because what is Spo, like Mike Tomlin, what is Spo's fucking coaching tree? David Fizdale? Okay. Is that your shining achievement? Like you can't do the Greg Popovich had a good coaching tree. Like you can't. I love Spo for what he did, and he was elite. Top of the game, best coach in the NBA for a good while. Those days are over. Yesterday's price is not today's price. That value is not the same.
It's cooked.
Spo has been bad.
Let me ask you a question. I agree, Spo has been bad.
Please.
If you had your pick of NBA coaches to replace Spo, give me 3 names that you would take over him.
Let me get back to you on that. I haven't done research. Listen, let me do my own research. I want to do my own research before I give you an answer.
I'm gonna come back to that question after I go to Ricky on the Spo thing, because Spo,
that's like saying the trash girlfriend you should stay with because there's no other options. Like
no. You can each of you can give me a name that or 2 that you would take over Spo at this point in time. After I let King Ricky go ahead and give his spiel.
Royal, I'll give you 12. I'll give you 12.
No. You don't worry about it. I will make sure to give you your opportunity. Mark Jackson, you niggas have lost it. Niggas said Adrian Griffin in the chat.
Mark Jackson.
Niggas said Adrian Griffin in the chat.
And there's a reason he's not in the league anymore, man.
With all due respect.
So, Ricky, I do want to do this from a historical context with you because that's kind of like that's bread and butter. People are talking about how Spo's rotations have been bad now, but his stubbornness and his rotations have been a knock on him since the day that he took the seat. So why is it so much more of an issue now than it was back then?
I think we're just looking for reasons to or ways to fix the problem. I mean, if you go back to the 2011 finals, it took about 5.5 games before Spo realized he probably should have started Mario Chalmers instead of Mike Bibby. That was, I mean, keep in mind, remember this. Spo has always been, dare I say, unconventional in thought. And I don't say, and that's not a bad thing. I think that kind of creativity can win you titles, which it has. But here's the thing. It only wins you titles if you have the talent to actually coach. It will win you maybe brownie points or whatever, or feel good points if you don't have the talent to match, which Miami does not. I think a lot of these issues go away when you have talent on your team that can do the job. I know it sounds a bit simplistic, but the truth is, a coach's major flaws are exposed, or excuse me, not exposed, but a coach's major flaws are hidden when they have a championship level squad. Now, if they have a championship level squad, virtually the same team, and they can't bring them that far, then it's like, okay, that person's flaws become their literal ceiling. Spo's ceiling is championship. Tom Thibodeau's ceiling is second round, conference finals. I know this. I watched the, we remember the Bulls from the, y'all remember this, right? Okay. Phil Jackson never had to worry about that because he always had a Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, Kobe, Powell, on his team. So he never had that issue. Pat Riley had those issues. In LA, he had arguably the best team every year. Got about 5 championships out of it. Great. Congratulations. Move him over to New York, and all of a sudden your best player is Patrick Ewing. Yeah, you can win a championship with him as your best player, but the supporting cast, Yes, you can. But
no, you
they
can't.
didn't.
It did not. It literally
Let
did not.
me finish. But there's a reason why. Supporting cast didn't measure up. And as a result, combine that with the fact that, yes, he underperformed against Hakeem in 94.
The Ewan
That
theory
was
exists
the
for a
reason.
reason because they were better without him.
It exists for a reason, based on the 1999 Knicks team, not the 1994 one. Royal, bro, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know the. Oh, you sneaky boy. You sneaky boy. You sneaky. No, but yeah, like, quite frankly, look, we talked about this during the Discord. Go get Ja. Go get Ja. A lot of these issues, I think, go away, of rotations and all that stuff. A lot of those issues go away because here's the thing. Spo, and I'll land the plane here. Spo is a better coach now than he was in 2011. He's a better coach now than he was in 2009. He hasn't had talent like that since arguably 2019, 2020. And maybe 2021, 2022-ish. Okay? He can take relatively mediocre talent far. You give him world beaters, you'll see a title. Now, we all know what happened in 2011. We can do this all night, whatever. Pause. But okay, fine. But I'm not on the crucify him ballot, so to speak. I just, this team sucks. There's a lot of ills. Yes, he's not making it easier on himself by making some of his decisions, such as the whole Kel'el Ware thing, considering we had Whiteside here for years and other players that were arguably worse. Cody Zeller had big minutes in a final series,
So you said two things that kind of really stuck out to me. Like a coach's flaws are essentially his ceiling, which I think is extremely interesting. And another thing that you kind of alluded to was kind of the nature of why the symbiotic relationship between a coach and a front office is so important. They know Spo's limitations as a coach, and they have done nothing over the course of these past couple of years in order to help kind of give him like a life vest for when those flaws begin to show up. This roster now is one that highlights Spo's flaws in terms of rotations and his stubbornness in, like, when it comes to doing what he wants to do. LaVorris Johnson, I 100% disagree with this statement. We do not have a problem maximizing talent. The talent is maximized.
Did you see how they were playing earlier this season?
Brother, Davion Mitchell is not a starting point guard on very many teams in the NBA.
And yet,
Tyler Herro is, and yet here he is. Tyler Herro is not a number one option, number two option on any other franchise in the
or
NBA.
number 3.
Norm Powell is in. Okay, he was in the All-Star conversation last year, but Norm Powell isn't a All-Star caliber name in very many organizations. Talent is being maximized.
On a championship level team, Norm Powell can be a competent number 2. If you got a star as number 1.
Whoa, hold on, LJ.
I disagree.
Let me just ask you this, LJ. Who would be your number 1 in that situation?
It got to be Prime Braun.
I think they'd have to be very high.
They have to be like an all-time. No, I don't think Norm could be your number 2 with SGA. And
you know what Norm?
You see it in OKC. I think Norm can get a bucket better than a lot of guys on OKC.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah, but that team is like
two things.
That team has like 60 number 2s.
Norm's allowed to play straight body defense and smack the shit out of people. Then yeah.
I mean, that's a little different. I think Norm, and I'm just now realizing this comparison. I think Norm reminds me more of Mo Williams in Cleveland with LeBron than, say, the kind of number 2 like a Chris Middleton. I think it's a little different.
Well, Mo was a better passer, but
no, Mo. I think the analogy is spot on. I think there's a ceiling with Norm Powell as your number 2, and I think it could be a pretty high ceiling. To your point, like if you got a generational talent next to Norm, like a Bron, like a Giannis, or something like that, then you could potentially be in the conversations for winning your conference year in and year out. I don't think that teams would be satisfied with having Norm as your like slotted in second guy and think that you have a high level chance. I want to thank the Nasty Man with the $2 dono. I'm sorry, Dr. Nasty is what he is referred to now. He says, anyone see what Spo just said about Ware? Oh, who's producing out here? That's Come on, boy. You better produce out here. Eric Spoelstra on Kel'el Ware's minutes. I know it's a lightning rod topic. He needs to get back to where he was about 8 weeks ago when I felt and everyone in the building felt he was stacking good days. He's stacking days in the wrong way now. He has to get back to stacking good days, building good habits, and making sure that when he plays his minutes, he makes me want to play him more. What?
Dog shit excuse.
Fuck.
That's a crazy.
That's why I
shit
had to
man.
put that up, bro.
What the fuck?
That's
Oh,
crazy.
Nasty. Dr. Nasty gave us $20 more. Just said, y'all got to see what Spo just said about Ware. Thank you for
We
bringing
saw
that
it,
to our
Doctor.
attention. We done seen it now. I want to first. Okay, so now the show's gonna pivot to those comments, and I'm gonna start with Jordan. Jordan, you haven't gotten an opportunity to talk. Welcome to Half a King to the panel. Jordan, he's a quarter king. I'm sorry, but Jordan. After Dr. Nasty gave us $20 more, he said, "Nah, y'all got to watch the video and see what Spo said at the end." Don't worry, I'm pretty sure Ed Donato's on the job. But in the meantime and in between time, based off of what the comments that you just saw, quick thoughts.
I don't. They should probably just trade Kel'el, bro. Like, you kind of wasting time. And to be fair, it's not just Kel'el.
Holy shit! I just saw the other Spo quote. Can I just say it real quick in case it changes your answer?
Hold on, like
he borderline accused Spo. He borderline accused Ware of playing badly.
Wait. Just play the video.
Game. They were just, it was like one matchup after another, and it was just, it was a tough matchup for him in Boston, with all the coverages, and the same thing tonight. He just has to stay ready. Like with Kel'el, I know that's a lightning rod topic. He needs to get back to where he was 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, where I felt and everybody in the building felt he was stacking days, good days. He's stacking days, in the wrong direction now. He's just got to get back to that stack days, build those habits, make sure you're ready and play the minutes that you're playing to a point where it makes me want to play you more, I get it with some young players. You sometimes subconsciously play poorly to say, hey, I'll play poorly if until you play me the minutes, I think I'll deserve, then I'll play well. That's not how it works.
What?
That is fucking insane.
Yo,
that's insanity, bro.
That is
he literally said like, "Oh, you're
insane.
playing poorly, so I'll play you more minutes."
That is fucking insane, bro.
I know his motor ain't great, but I don't think he's that fucking stupid to say, "Let me play like shit in these 8 minutes so I can get 28 minutes." I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm with people. That shit's starting to feel real personal to me, bro. Like I know this is like a initial reaction, whatever. Like I haven't had time to even digest it fully. So like my opinion on this may change, but that shit feels real personal. And that to me, like I'm not this gung-ho Kel'el Ware needs to play 30 minutes guy like type shit. Like I'm cool with you making him earn his minutes or whatever. But to sit up here and say that the man needs to be who he was 7-8 weeks ago, what the fuck, bro? Like,
so
I want to let I do want to let Jordan
please.
I want to let Jordan get his shit off because he has it. Hold on. Dr. Nasty broke the news first. Shout out to Dr. Nasty, man. Listen, appreciate you, gang. You gonna pivot the direction of the show for a couple minutes anyway, because I really didn't want to do a show this long, but that's an interesting conversation that we can have. Jordan, bro, after watching the video and reading the comments, bro, just give me your initial thoughts, and I'm gonna let everybody get their shit off. I'm coming to you next, Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, they should trade Kel'el Ware. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, I don't think Spo didn't want him. It's clear Spo didn't want him on the team. We know who that came from to get Kel'el. And I think we're reaching the point now where this is Spo's way of saying, y'all not going to tell me what to do. That sounds like fan base, team, and media. Y'all not going to tell me what to do. And as I've said before, though, the reason Kel'el can't play is because other people on the team suck defensively, and Spo does not believe in his bigs being offensive leaning. But to that point with trading Kel'el, I think they should probably trade all the young guys, right? Like Kaz, Kel'el. This season was supposed to be a youth movement for a coach and a GM who have never coached, or well, my bad, president, actually GM too, have never built a young team, coached a young team, or developed a young team. Like even the Heatles, the average age was like what 28, I think, or yeah, I think LeBron might have been one of the younger dudes on the team, and he was like 27, 28. So like, I don't know why they sold that lot. And the thing is, Kel'el's never gonna whatever the fuck Spo's talking about, like with playing, he's not gonna get that because you don't play him. The reason Jovic sucks right now is because you didn't play him and you shipped him down to Sioux Falls and thought him playing against washout 28-year-olds in either international or bust 19-year-olds was good enough to bring him back up to the NBA and thought that would translate. This is not MLB baseball. There's no farm system. There's no minor league system. You're either NBA caliber or you're kind of not. There's no like tweeners here. Like, can anybody like, bro? I don't know the last G League guy that's been a success, like actual success, like even close. I'm not even saying like all-star, but like full-time like starter.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton. All right, so that's it, right? Chris Middleton.
Austin Reeves wasn't really G League, but he was undrafted.
He was undrafted.
Yeah, he might as well have been.
And he was purposely undrafted. Like
I mean, if we really want to do this, then we could just go down the list of Miami Heat players like that played in finals.
Max
Gabe
Strus,
Vincent.
anyone?
Yeah.
Look, Gabe Vincent can't beat out Bronny James for minutes right now. Like I'm not even.
We know why that is.
He's ass and it's nepotism. It's a combination of both.
I'm cool with nepotism.
Like the only success
LA got bigger problems.
Was Duncan? Duncan wasn't a G Leaguer, right?
Yeah,
he was.
He was.
Yeah, well, he went undrafted in 2018, I think. Yeah,
right out of Michigan. Yeah.
So he wasn't a G Leaguer. He got undrafted and we picked him up.
Yeah.
No.
Division
He
3
played
at
for
one
the G
point.
League. He played for Sioux Falls.
Okay,
all right. He played at Sioux Falls.
So either way, though, like the point is, outside of very like few rare cases, putting a player down the G League. Well, yeah, that too. Like putting a player down the G League does not do what they think it does for a player, bro. And they just need to accept that. Like it's the whole thing, even with like the job thing, right? Like everybody here knows I'm against the job trade, but however, like just fucking do it. If this is what we're doing, just fucking do it. Same thing with the KD thing. Like if you're gonna fuck around with Kel'el's development, because then you're gonna bitch in 5 years about how he's not on pace because I don't even think it's the Whiteside thing. Like I just think he does not play the way Spo respects centers to play. Bam plays the way Spo respects centers to play, but as a result of that, Bam's offense is dog shit, and that's why people cry about it. And on top, like they never got Bam a proper point guard. So like Spo does not want centers to be offensive leaning. He wants you to get a rebound. He wants you to set a screen. He wants you to play defense. Like he basically wants Rudy Gobert. That's what he really wants out of a center.
He wants Joel Anthony.
Yeah, like he does not want you to do any. Don't ask for a post up. Don't ask to get the ball on the pick and roll. Don't ask for a pick and pop at the top, like at the top of the key for a little mid range shot. Don't do anything except get a rebound for my wing playing fake point guard and kick it back out.
And my two guard that's playing power forward.
Yeah, like that's it. Don't do nothing else. And because of that, because Spo has this, and it's not like Spo, the whole organization, they have this stubborn idea that they know best. And I'm not like, you need that confidence, right, to succeed. But you need to know that you also don't, like, you're behind the ball and you don't know shit sometimes. Like, there was, 4 centers taken last year in Kel'el's draft? I think.
I don't know.
It was like Zach Edey, Klingon, Kel'el. I think there was 4. I would say Kel'el has looked like the best, if not
Danny
like
Wolf.
Yeah. So like out of all the centers, you took maybe the best or the second best one. And he can't play because
and now you call him a fuck nigga in post games.
You talking crazy about him and you think that's going to help because he said stuff like this before where he's like, this is kind of how he has to get through to Kel'el. Maybe this is not actually how you get through to Kel'el, Spo. Did you ever think this actually doesn't work the way you think it might work? And yeah, it's like, and the other reason is also because I'm not going to, like, I said it one of the other times we're up here, but the reason Kel'el also doesn't play is because there's other people who are trash on defense. And because Spo doesn't believe in a center being offensive leaning, he's not going to play the offensive leaning center and act like everybody else isn't also getting fucking cooked on defense. We had a starter with 3 steals and who was -6 at one point, while everybody else was like a 10 and up.
Yeah, Ant brought that up and he ended the game -11. I'm finna move the ball a little bit though, Jordan. I want to go to Ricky because Ricky, you put an interesting stat up in the private chat, and I want you to kind of walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I don't know if who's producing? Is it Justin or Ant? I don't.
Ant's producing right now, but I got it.
Okay. All right. So the numbers will come up on the screen for those of you watching at home, America. I noticed something. You know, Spo, he might be onto something, but at the same time, I think Spo is also the harbinger of his own apocalypse or Ware apocalypse or whatever. Okay. If we can zoom in just a little bit, just for clarity's sake. So I noticed something in response to what Spo was saying as far as stacking games together, right? If you take a look at the 11 games before this recent 3-game stretch, you will notice that 2 things.
I don't know how to zoom in.
Oh yeah, whatever. They'll be fine. They'll survive. You did your best.
How do I zoom in? How do I zoom in on my thing? Somebody.
I don't know. I've never
just zoom in on the webpage.
I got it.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Hey,
Perfect.
Plus.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I noticed. Prior to the 3 or 4 game stretch before what we're seeing now, I like to view games as not just one game, but like clumps of games. So you can kind of get like a sample size, if you will. From games 37 going back to 26. So there was an 11 game stretch where you can see Kel'el Ware putting up the kind of numbers that would understandably make him become a highly coveted trade piece in the event that somebody wants.
Give me a second, King. Ant. Dr. Nasty with a $20 donation. He said, find the Bam vid ASAP. Go ahead and continue, Ricky.
Yeah. So if you notice, 2 things are can also be true. Ware's plus minus hasn't been great in that 11 game stretch. However, as we know, those of us that understand and read stats within the context of games, that doesn't necessarily mean he was a detriment. A lot of times that would mean that other people around him might not have been performing to the best of their abilities while he was also out there on the floor. And yet while he was producing, everybody else, and that could also be because of certain rotations and everything like that, right? Here's also what's happening. In these games, like up until about the Minnesota game where they got blown out in Minnesota, Ware was a starter in each and every one of those games, dating back to the Brooklyn win that they won by 11 points, and he had 22 and 12, right? Before that, Ware went for I want to say a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game stretch in which he only started 2 out of those 7 games. I am willing to bet my whatever money I have that during this time period, when Ware's minutes suddenly went from 25 to 30 something minutes to between 15 and 25, with 29 being his high, that's around the time Herro came back. And when Herro came back, what happened to Ware? He moved right to the bench. Before that time period, if you look at Ware's production, Ware was in the starting lineup, and he was giving you 20 and 15. 20 and 18. 20 and 18 against Dallas and their front line. 20 and 16 against Philly. 20 and 14 against Chicago. All wins. He had a weird game where against Golden State where he only played 19 minutes, 7 points, but he got 16 rebounds. Plus minus was 1. His plus minus in the games that I just mentioned were plus 17, plus 26, plus 15, plus 16. Before that, he got 16 and 14. He got punked by Mitch Robinson in New York, and that was when he was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen again. Even so, he got 15 and 10. During this general stretch, Herro had not yet come back. and he was getting more consistent minutes. He was developing a rhythm on the floor and perhaps even off the floor. This time period, if you go back to 6 to 8 weeks, that is, I believe, the time period in which Spo was referencing in terms of stacking the good games. But here is the thing that bothers me, right? I think Spo is on to something as far as, is he stacking production the right way? But I think what's necessary to also admit is that the rotations are whack right now. As soon as Herro came back in, he was force-fed into the lineup, and that negatively impacted multiple players, Kel'el Ware being one of them. And I think, quite frankly, if we're going to be fair to Kel'el Ware, a player who obviously wants to perform, he wants to play, and yes, he's a young, growing player, Miami cannot afford to mess this up. Because they got, in Kel'el Ware, they got the closest thing to a lottery pick that they've gotten in a while, the kind that could potentially be an all-star at peak. Miami is not always great at developing players. Yes, we've seen how well they get the guys from the G League and Division III colleges and everything like that. But I want to see what you do with the talents that were already talented when they got there, the ones that may not be as scared to lose their NBA careers, because there's a common theme here, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And I know there's something on Bam, so I know, Royal, I know you want to pivot to that, and definitely. But this Ware situation, something don't smell right, and it's got to be deeper than rap. I don't think it's just he's not playing the way he should be, because clearly, if he's playing if he's putting up the kind of numbers that has the league's attention to the point where you got the guys from No Dunks, the guys from ESPN, the guys from Amazon Prime, the guys from NBC looking down at Miami for the first time in 10 years, like, who's this Kel'el Ware guy? He might be pretty good someday. He's putting up 25 and 17. And then all of a sudden he's out the lineup. Figure it out. Put that boy on the floor, and remember, he's a young player. Not everybody is from Schenectady, New York. It's a new day. Come on, people. That's all I
King,
got.
I wasn't gonna stop you because you were cooking, bro. Like that, this weird thing, like I'm not gonna lie, I think the weird thing is gonna turn. It's already starting, but it's gonna turn a lot of people on the Spo thing and the way that he's going about his business. Like, this is gonna shine a bright light because there's clearly talent there. There's clearly talent that has helped us win games this season. There were conversations about him being better than Bam early in the season based off of the way that he was playing. And for Spo to say that he hasn't, like, for Spo not to make the connection as to like him regressing to a mean and like what it means for him to start. Not every player is a bench player. Not every player needs to come in here and prove their worth to you before they get an opportunity to start. Some players' talents demand that they get in the game, demand that they get minutes. And I think Ware's one of those players. And if you can go ahead and play this quote from Bam so that we can hear that. And then I want to hear from the last three members about the situation in its totality, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
He's right. we are better than what our record says, but until we all of us commit to doing role player things, we're gonna keep being in the middle of the pack, mediocre.
Herro.
And until guys get sick of that middle ground of being 7th, 8th, and not want to really make a push to be 4th or 3rd in the East, we're gonna stay right here. He's right.
I sent the other one, by the way, in the basement chat. The one where he talks about Spo and Kel'el.
You got the? Did you put it? Could you put it in the private chat for you so that Ant can just pull it up right from here?
Yeah.
Okay. While he's doing that, Bubba, want to hear your thoughts on kind of like Spo's comments, Bam's comments, the Ware thing. Just kind of like, where's your mind taking you during like after hearing all this stuff?
Yeah, I think the quote that Bam says that we're gonna pull up, he pretty much tells Ware like to not let that shit motivate him. Like Spo's comments, let something else motivate him. It was something along those lines. But I don't know, man. Like, again, I'm younger, so I don't know if Spo had these types of comments when Michael Beasley was around here or Whiteside, but this shit seems like personal at this point. I have personally never seen a coach go to the microphone, especially a coach of Spo's caliber, and be like, oh yeah, I know how it is with young players. Sometimes they just purposely play like shit, so I'll play them more. Like, who did that? Who has done that? Who would do that? Anyway, here, play the clip real quick, and then I'll continue.
Keep your head up. You're young. Obviously, you're ambitious. You want to play. My thing is, don't let stuff like this be the motivation. You should just, like, disciplines every day is what beats motivation, because you can be motivated 2-3 games and then go on a run and it's up and down, but disciplines makes you be consistent. So my message is always him, just be consistent as possible. It might not be, like I said, 20 or 15 every night. It might be you get 4 points, but make your presence felt and have 15 rebounds, 4 blocks, whatever the case may be. Keep your head up. You're young. Obviously,
I think we can all agree that that Bam looks thrilled. Bam looks happy.
I don't care about Bam's feelings anymore.
Like, but no, I know. But I'm just saying, like, this. I don't think he loves being put in a position where they have to ask him about his fucking coach's comments about one of his teammates consistently and why the fuck this dude isn't playing when he clearly likes Ware and wants to play with Ware, doesn't want to have to play the 5 all the time. And maybe if Ware, even if just Ware being out there, like we've talked about, allows Bam to do other things, then he's got to sit up there after another blown lead, after he had the best game of his season, granted after a horrible stretch. And they're like, anyway, your coach said that your teammate plays like shit on purpose. So what would you tell him in that moment when he hasn't even gotten a chance to talk to him about it? Like, be like, keep your head up. Did you just see the way he just said, like, yeah, keep your head up? That's essentially. I got the vibe of he was like, what he said in public, like, you kind of just got to brush that shit off. That's Spo being Spo. But again, kind of like what I don't know if it was LJ or I think it was you, Ricky, actually, who said, like, that might not be getting through to Kel'el Ware, like Spo thinks it is, at all. And I really don't understand the alignment here, because to make those types of comments, and he's been doing it, this is honestly the wildest of the comments to say, like, you're playing like shit on purpose, so I'll play you more, is insane. But if this is the same dude that they said we're not going to include in a KD package, like, how bad was the disconnect? I thought Spo had all this juice. He got the USA thing. Like, he runs this organization. Him and the front office are aligned. They clearly aren't on this, because I don't think he wanted him drafted. He didn't want him on the team. I think Spo would have rather had Kevin Durant, Norm, and fucking Bam at this point. Like, I don't understand this massive disconnect. And I don't know if there's been a disconnect like this between the front office and Spo in a long time. But I think the biggest difference with Spo now, honestly, guys, and before, I think it plays into the Team USA thing where everybody knows Spo. Everybody considers him one of the best in the world. He has the validation from not just the Heat organization, but USA basketball and all these superstars. He's going to say what the fuck he wants to say on the mic. Like, that's pretty crazy to me. I mean, that's Pat Riley shit. To say shit like that, like, maybe Pat wouldn't say it on the microphone, but the mystique, like, whatever these stories people say of Pat Riley, calling players out, doing it in a fucking kind of personal way, that's what Spo came across like to me. In the year 2026, man, I don't know if that shit flies. And we see what the Warriors, I think basement member Chris White, you know his account if you know, like, put out a tweet comparing it to, like, potentially the Kuminga situation. I don't know if we're there yet. But at what point, like in 2026, an athlete, somebody as talented as Kel'el, who's put good shit on tape, might just be like, "Damn, all right, you feel that way about me? Then fucking trade me." Like, at what point does somebody kind of like swing back at Spo? Not physically, but like verbally. And I know Spo has the locker room. He's got the juice with a lot of these players, especially with Bam. Is eventually somebody going to say some other shit in the mic that's against it? What are they going to? Is someone going to talk to Kel'el tonight in the locker room? What is he going to say? Like, if a reporter asked Kel'el tonight, your coach just said you play like shit on purpose to try to get more minutes, what is he supposed to say to that question? Do you play like shit on purpose? Like, what? It just puts everybody in a really weird spot that the Heat kind of pride themselves in not being in. And this is now year 2 between the Jimmy fiasco last year and this year, where there's just weird shit going on in the locker room, man. There is weird shit going on that the Heat used to pride themselves that this shit don't happen here. Everybody's bought in. We've had Herro comments earlier this year about fitting in. Norm kind of chirping back at it too about locking in. Bam telling people we all got to play like role players. Nobody is on the same fucking page, man. And I don't understand why they think they can keep running with this. It's going to break at some point, in my opinion. And
I'm over this bravado, bro.
This is crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, the bravado that we see
from the organization,
the franchise. Like, you know how they're like, oh, man, you know, we're tough. We get in each other's faces. We fight, and then we do this. Bro, it's not 1994. You're not the Knicks. It's not a championship. It's not a championship style. Exactly. Like, dude, like, let me just list a few things, right? Going back to December, all right? December 1st. 27 and 14, 21 and 7, 24 and 15, 9 and 7, 19 and 8, 20 and 10, 8 and 17, 16 and 10, 14 and 9, 9 and 12, 13 and 10, 15 and 14, 12 and 9, 12 and 6, 7 and 11, 13 and 9, 6 and 14, 29 and 9. Believe it or not, I'm not talking about Karl Anthony Towns, though I'm pretty sure those numbers are similar. You know who that is? That's Mr. Yeah, well, you know, you got to be consistent and aggressive. Like,
I saw it, Herro. Also, like, I don't think this is an indictment on Bam's leadership. I don't think so. And I don't think that's kind of what anybody here is speaking on. I know Ricky just kind of talked about, like, he don't want to hear the shit like Bam is performing to the level where he can be a sounding board for like the locker room at this point. And to your point though, Bubba, I don't think that Kel'el Ware is in a position to say anything if a reporter asks him that question. And to your other point, it's because effectively Spo is the face of the Miami Heat. As a, like, where in other organizations you have players that are the face of a franchise, Spo is the face of the Miami Heat. And you're gonna have a cold day in hell. Like,
he's the only one left.
It's gonna be a cold day in hell to get somebody to usurp that.
But Spo prides himself on team first, team shit, and nobody's above anything. Then why are you making this huge distraction?
This feels out of character for Spo.
That's why I think it's personal. Like, what the fuck's going on behind the scenes?
It's something.
Did he even do this to Whiteside? Like, to Dion?
It wasn't the thing about it. He did it with Whiteside, but it wasn't as overt. Like, it wasn't as targeted. It didn't feel so specific. It didn't feel personal. It just felt like a player that was frustrating the coach, and the coach was saying he was still being very professional. Tonight, this is the first time I'm ever going to like claim this about Spo. That was unprofessional as fuck.
Remember, that was also a different point in his life. We're not the people we were in 2018.
That's
real. That's real.
What was it? Just last week, a player got asked a question about if he's going to play at a certain position, and he literally told the media, "Go ask the coach," and there was no response from the coach of
nothing.
There was no response.
Said nothing. Kyle
what
Lowry.
has he done to earn those good fucking graces is what I want to know. Get injured every other week?
Your guess is as good as mine. Want to hear your LJ, want to hear your thoughts on kind of like the way the situation is playing out, and then Ant, we're gonna let you bring us home on the conversation before we close the show out for real. We've been going for an hour and 7 minutes.
No,
I don't want to rush
like
you.
You said,
I want to hear like full thoughts.
I'll keep it short, but yeah, no. As I continue to ramble for like 15 more minutes, but
just talk.
You hit the nail on the head, man. Like that, you don't see that from Spo, where you can really critique a sentence he said into the media that seems overtly targeted and unprofessional, because that's not what he's ever done in his entire career. This is very clearly an outlier, even when Whiteside's behavior kind of did deserve more of a push in the national media that Spo just wouldn't give. He was too professional. He didn't do that. But, okay, I don't want to hear it from you, fucking Whiteside truther. Don't need to hear that. But, Ricky, good investigative journalism as well, because that is a really innate correlation between Tyler Herro returning and Kel'el's minutes declining and play declining, because I don't know if y'all saw, there was like a little highlight tape put out, low light tape put out of Herro on some pick and rolls the other game against the Phoenix, where he could have easily lobbed to Bam, and he just fucking threw it up off the back.
I saw it, LJ.
Yeah, you saw it. You know who would catch those if he was out there, because he's fucking huge, is Kel'el Ware. But that I don't want to blame. I'm not going to blame it on Tyler, because it really doesn't have anything to do with Tyler. But there is a surprising correlation there of him coming back and Kel'el no longer being able to touch the ball and find an offensive rhythm when he's on the court forever. And Tyler's being there, it shouldn't impact a front court player's minutes. But
if the front court player isn't producing as much, you better be Kobe Bryant.
No, I agree. I completely agree. It's just,
yeah, you better be Kobe Bryant, not this. Because at the very least, he'll get you, 3 out of 4 wins, 2 out of 4 wins, something like that.
He'll carry you. And Tyler Herro has proven through now. I am waiting so adamantly for when the Tyler Herro stat of his starting games dips below 500. And I will take a screenshot of it, and I will put it in the
games. That is 2 games away from now.
We got to lose 2 more. Boys, get to work, because you know what's at stake. So, but no, it's not really Tyler's fault, because again, he didn't have a terrible game. He had one moment where he Jaylen Brown got the ball, and he shooed Bam away to stay on fucking Sam Hauser so Tyler could guard Jaylen Brown. And what did Jaylen Brown do? He got a bucket. Of course he did, in the paint.
They're
The same
4
way
and
Kate
6
Cunningham
with him.
fucking took him to work. But again, not about Tyler.
Tyler?
It's seriously about Spo. What?
And that's as of the Phoenix game. So maybe that switched.
I just don't understand what Kel'el could have possibly have done to warrant this type of public display of unaffection towards him by Spo, because again, it's uncharacteristic, it's unprofessional. Anytime he's gone out there, he's made mistakes because, well, he can't find a rhythm and he's a young player. And he does have motor issues. I'm not going to, dispute that at all. We saw it again in the Cleveland series last year in the playoffs. Kel'el has motor issues. He does. He can't just get up and go. He needs pills or something. I don't understand why he has an issue of playing in NBA games and giving effort. That's an issue for him. So I understand why Spo holds him to a higher degree in that regard, but that I haven't seen that be an issue lately, at least this season, that I can remember where I watched Kel'el tape and I'm like, fuck, this dude don't give a shit. He doesn't care. Once or twice maybe, but even that, his leash should be longer based on the games that Ricky specifically pointed out, where his stats were insane. He's putting up 20 and 20. That should give you a little bit of grace.
They were winning.
They were winning a lot, and their offense looked good, and the ball was moving.
Good brother, we were talking about Spo.
Yeah, he's
and
not the main
Kel'el
point. I literally prefaced it at the beginning of my statement. You chose to ignore that. That's not my fault. Run with your narrative. I respect it. But the whole Spo shenanigan of it all, I don't get it, because Kel'el was putting up good day after good day. Like Spo said, he was stacking good days. Then you yanked his ass for minuscule mistakes that many other players, not one player on this roster, not two, 3 players on this fucking roster have a longer leash despite doing nothing, despite not even having one game this year that is even remotely close to an average Kel'el Ware good game. So what's with Drew Smith and Jovic? Why are they getting this insane amount of play? And obviously tonight was a deterrent to that, right? Because neither of them really played all that much tonight. I know Jovic still getting 15 minutes and being a negative 19 in 15 minutes is preposterous. It's fucking crazy that that's an actual number. Like that happened tonight. Dude made a colossal nuke in favor of Boston in 15 minutes and completely screwed the entire game. But the fact that he's getting more minutes than Kel'el, despite Kel'el doing so much more, being so much more integral, can shoot just as well. I haven't seen the numbers between the two of them. I know Kel'el's shooting better because he was like the best shooting 3-point shooting center in the league. You know who else is in that category is Jokic, and he's a pretty damn good 3-point shooter. And Kel'el had better stats. You might want to play that guy, and he gets bored. So they need to figure this fucking thing out, because, like Bubba said too, this was not an issue sans 3 years ago, right? Like they didn't let this stuff get out. They kept it under wraps. They dealt with it internally, and they figured it out. They didn't go to the media and do this bullshit he said, she said nonsense that Spo, for whatever reason, is playing into now. Figure it out. You have an extremely talented freak that you're not playing consistently because he makes one little baby mistake here and there. If he's fucking up multiple games, in a row, multiple times, I get it. He's a young player. You have to put your foot down somewhere. As a coach, what is your job? To do something plain Jane vanilla the same way to every single player, or articulate a plan for each individual player to get them to succeed, to get the most out of that individual player? That's the job of a coach. You don't do it. It's not my way or the highway. Figure out a fucking plan that works for a potential all-star caliber type of player to get him to produce. What Spo's doing does not work for Kel'el. It very adamantly does not work. We've seen a big enough sample size to know this method is not advantageous towards his progression. So change it. Figure it out. You're the fucking coach. Figure out a plan that works for the player. It's that simple.
So a couple of things before I let Ant wrap us up on this conversation. We talked about it on this very fucking post-game show. Like when Kel'el was playing well, as a kind of precursor to Tyler coming back. How can you sit Kel'el Ware when he's playing like this? And that's exactly what Spo did when Tyler got back. He sat Kel'el Ware on the bench. And so it was like, what is the motivation for him to continue to play this way if there is no reward? Like, if I'm not going to be a starter, then what's the point in me playing like this? What is one of the things that I've heard Dwayne Wade say a couple? Huh?
Sorry, I wouldn't even say it's a starter. It's just like I just don't play, nigga. Like you just.
So it's like one of the things that I was just about to say. One of the things that I've heard Dwayne Wade say is that Spo is very good at defining roles. I'll give niggas $100 if they can tell me what Kel'el Wells' role on this team is.
I can tell you what.
Nobody has a fucking clue.
Scapegoat.
Play perfect. That's it.
You know what? You might have just won $100. I did just have to pay you.
Bring me my money, as the great Tua Tagovailoa said.
Shut the fuck up, the great Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh no! Annul that.
Don't worry, we'll be erasing it off of the YouTube channel so nobody ever associate that shit with us again. And bring us home on this conversation, bro. Give me your thoughts on kind of the whole situation. Spo, Kel'el, Ware, the comments that Bam made. Like, just go ahead and kind of put it all in one soliloquy for me.
Yeah, I'll make it quick because for like once everybody here is kind of in agreement and hit home every point very well. But as you said, like they always preached and try to hit home that you got to earn your minutes. And then when he did earn his minutes, he lost his rotation spot. That's kind of why I put out a tweet the other day where I believe that Spola has lost the locker room, which is not me saying fire Spo. It's me saying blow the team up because, I trust Spo to fix things under a completely different roster. But it's like Kel'el Ware was awesome to start in lineup. Lost his spot the second Tyler came back, who did nothing to earn his minutes. This team was playing amazing without him. Pelle Larsson has been incredible in the starting lineup. They have an amazing record when he starts. He lost his starting spot when Spo came back or when Tyler came back. So what kind of lesson are you teaching these young guys when you preach earn your minutes, earn your minutes, earn your minutes, and then they earn their minutes and still lose their spots? I just don't think it sends the right type of message. And then on the flip side of that, okay, you got a guy. That's right, Roddy Bricks. Fuck everyone else. We got a championship game on Monday, and we'll get into that. But on the flip side of that, Spoelstra ultimately trusts Bam Adebayo, like to the highest degree, right? And they want to invest in him. Even they were talking about him passing Zoe. He's the culture carry and this and that, whatever, right? But if you have this much invested into Bam Adebayo, then why don't you build the team to try to optimize him? Because we know he can't get his own bucket. He needs a point guard. Trae Young was out there, who has his deficiencies, but he could set up Bam Adebayo. He could maximize him offensively. And instead of even kicking the tires on Trae Young, they said, no, he don't play defense. We're not even going to pick up the phone to call. We're not even going to ask about Trae Young. You have Kel'el Ware, who the second he was drafted, Bam Adebayo has said, finally, I get to play the 4 again. That's what I want to do. I want to play next to a 7-footer. And Spo does everything he can to not allow that. So, okay, it's personal with Kel'el Ware. I agree, it is what it is. But we know you love Bam Adebayo, yet you're actively doing things to make things harder for him. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like, I'm frustrated. Just kind of like with the entire process of this team, and we're gonna keep doing these post-game shows and shit like that. But I can guarantee you niggas, y'all not getting another hour and 17 minutes out of me. Post-game shows finna start being 30 minutes because it seems like this team is resigned to its fate. They have kind of sunk their teeth into their process and the way that they are going to do things, despite the I don't want to even call them the lack of results that they've achieved over the past 10 goddamn years. So, I mean, look, even if Ja is an option, I know people want to have a conversation about Ja. Maybe we'll do it next game or whatever. I just thought that the quotes from Spo and Bam were an appropriate pivot for the show. But even if you do acquire Ja, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? Like
digestible hoops.
Like I mean, look, we had entertaining hoops at the beginning of this year, and then Miami seems to throw that all away for the one guy. And I know Tyler is a lightning rod for conversation on this channel, on every network that does this, and it's because it's valid. It's because it's valid though. They saw that there is kind of like a nexus point with Tyler coming back and the decline of Kel'el Ware's kind of play that he had for us in the year. So I don't know, bro. Like, I'm interested to hear kind of other people's comments on Spo's comments. I'm interested to hear all the other podcasts. I'm gonna listen, and then I'm gonna talk about their motherfucking ass in the next post game show. I don't even know when the next game is. I'm not finna waste my time looking it up. We not finna discuss it. Only thing we finna do is say thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to all my boys on the panel who pulled up. This was a great panel because we had a lot of people come and we had a good discussion. Ricky, I know you want to say one more thing, so I'm gonna let you get that shit off before I get up out of here, bro.
I'm trying, because to kind of put a bow on my thoughts on the whole Kel'el thing.
You done showed up to every show, so we gonna do this again.
Yeah, it's just
but you got immediate thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's annoying because to kind of pick up where Ant left off, as far as he kind of picked up where I left. Anyway, whatever. Kel'el Ware was hooping. He was hooping like crazy. And the player that came back and pushed him out of the rotation, pushed him out of the starting lineup, it wasn't 2001 Alonzo Mourning. It wasn't March 1995 Michael Jordan. It wasn't mid-season Magic Johnson in 96. It wasn't even 2001 Michael Jordan at 38 years old. It was a player that when he played last season, the Miami Heat were 37-44. 37-44. His five, and I know y'all see it and whatever, but his 5 best scoring games in which he scored 40 points, 40 points, 40 points, 36 points, and 35 points. Last season, the Heat were 1-4 in those games.
Don DeMarco.
That same player came back into the rotation and replaced not only a center who was getting league-wide, nationwide attention. I said this earlier in a previous post game. Kel'el Ware was shooting, and this is what's crazy to me. At the same time, Spo was speaking on Ware, talking about he's shooting too many threes and all this other stuff. He was 7th in the league in three-point shooting percentage. And the only time in which he shot more than 2 or 3 three-pointers was when he was shooting 3 of 5, not 1 for 7 or whatever. Statistically, Kel'el was doing his job. Yes, we have been very critical. I have been very critical because my main concern was, is his motor going to maintain what it's supposed to? Because there's times when he's standing flat-footed and somebody will jump. Sure, yes. But when you're dealing with a young player, I find it interesting that a guy that's pretty much exploded his legs twice, a guy that was a G leaguer, a Division III player, a kid that, quite frankly, needs the game to slow down for him in his first season, a guy that if he's not shooting threes, he's not doing anything else out on the floor. Molto bene. Oh, that would be terrible. Thank you, W Brody 55 for the $2 dono, calling it now Spo going to lose the Olympics. I don't think that's going to happen. But let's see what the team looked like. All of the guys that I mentioned, KP, Fontecchio, Drew Smith, you name it. For some reason, those guys can make all kinds of mistakes. Yes, they play hard. Great. They make all kinds of mistakes. But Spo keeps rolling them out there, injured or not. Kel'el Ware misses a defensive rotation or maybe takes a 3 that, okay, he probably shouldn't have shot it, but he was doing well. He was in rhythm. You can visibly see Spo on the bench as if he just uttered a very bad word out there on the floor that got another loser once on this team pretty much kicked out the league until the Bucks signed him like a year and a half later. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And when you have this rot on this team right now, I'm not going to sit here and say fire Spo, but I think what needs to happen is that there needs to be a come to Jesus meeting, because if we're talking about it more than we're talking about Herro, since some of y'all seem to think we're obsessed with Tyler Herro, the Heat are obsessed with Tyler Herro. We're just talking about what we see. Y'all, they need to sort this out, because quite frankly, okay, you don't want to trade him, fine, but you don't want to play him. Well, what are we doing? do not waste another player, another young prospect. Not every prospect that comes to this team. Matter of fact, y'all need to stop investing in these Rudy characters. Y'all don't know that movie. That's way before everybody's time. Y'all
Don't
need
put
to
the
stop
jersey on the table, Coach.
Y'all need to stop investing in these Rudy characters, because here's the thing: Rudy characters ain't gonna win you a title when your supposed best player down 4 has been inconsistent since December and is going up for a little floater over a 7-foot guy that can't jump.
You're not gonna talk about my captain like this.
Well, he needs to stop. He needs to stop playing like that.
I'm not gonna let you do this on this good day after that.
All right, no. Yeah. Silence me. End the show. Whatever. Free Palestine.
Well, that's the way we've been ending it. But
So it really all does come back
niggas,
to Herro. Fuck this shit, man.
It always does, don't it? Look, I know I already thanked everybody in here. Thank the panel and shit like that. We got 253 people watching. Y'all make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Basement Sports Network. On whatever platform you're watching us on. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, follow us on Twitter or X or whatever you freaky niggas want to call it. If you're on Twitch, I don't know which one is the free one on Twitch. Do that one. Don't pay us no money on Twitch to do nothing. But yeah, we'll see y'all next game. Appreciate all y'all for staying this late and fucking with us during this conversation. I'm the person who got to play the video because Ant not paying attention. Let me find
Go Canes.
You know what? You just earned 5 more seconds.
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight. Hey, come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door.
Defund ICE.
Keep packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You
Lock
already
them
know.
niggas
Grab
up.
a seat and kick your feet.
Lock them
Get too
niggas
comfortable.
up.
You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes
Yeah, a
and
lot of them
no.
look like us
Rings and
now.
the
Come on
foes, the
now.
butlers and the heroes. You can
Yeah,
feel it in your soul. When the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know.